welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to sublimate your very own license plate. So these are the plates that go either on the front of your car. Some people, depending on where you live, maybe it goes on the back. But what I have found inside of designbundles.net was this super cute background. It came with a ton of them, and it actually was one of those ones that kind of had a brush stroke on the ends of them. It had a lot of designs. It was only 1+ credit. And what I did was I brought this inside of Sawgrass Creative Studio. I spread it out. So I brought in the license plate template. I brought it out, spread it out, and then I added this font on here right below. I'll have it linked down below for you guys. You guys can also upload your very own font. So you can bring our fonts into Sawgrass Creative Studio, so you can definitely use those. So I brought it in white, so that way it'll pop off of there. Now you could also do this right there inside of Designscape. So if you guys have an Epson printer, you guys could also do that very same thing. What I would do is I would create a canvas that is this size. So just go ahead and take your tape measure, figure out your exact dimensions, and then bring this design out just the exact same. And then bring in your font. Once again, I'll have all of these linked down below, but this is gorgeous. And once we press it, that color is going to pop. So this is also a great turnaround, whether you guys are gifting it for yourself, selling it on Etsy or in a boutique, making it for friends and family. Such a great gift. You could do, the seniors. I always talk about that. Such a great one. You could do pets, your names, last name. You could do your company logos, tons of different things. We have a lot of cute sublimation designs that are already pre-made as well. That would be super cute on here. So I've got this here. Once again, even sports as well, just to think about it. All right, so let's go ahead and prep this up. One thing you always want to pay attention to is, does this have plastic on it? And this does not. This particular one already has these little cutouts here, obviously. Some may have a circle, so just pay attention to those. We don't have to worry about when we press it, because it's not going to press those areas. But you guys will see in Sawgrass, the template, that these are missing on there to show you. But when you print it, it doesn't print those. So you don't have to worry about trying to fuss to line them up. So what we need to do is we need to clean this up. I have already prepped up my heat press. I'm using a craft press today. You could use, I think you could get away with using the Cricut Easy Press, the bigger one. This was printed on an 8.5 by 14 sheet of paper. So we mostly print on 8.5 by 11 if you guys are using the Sawgrass SG500 or, say, for example, the Epson Echo tanks. A lot of you guys are printing on 8.5 by 11, but most of those, for sure the SG500 from Sawgrass, will hold the 8.5 by 14, and most of your Epsons will. So this is TruePix Classic. I'll have it down below for you guys. So this is perfect for those license plates. Now you definitely could print this. You can slice this in half and print it out twice with an 8.5 by 11. I have done that in the past, so you can also do that. But you can print these with most of your printers, guys, so get excited. You can definitely do that. Now, once again, I'm using a craft press, but you could also do that with the Cricut Easy Press. I do believe you could carefully do that in 2 separate presses and also with your big presses. Always make sure you guys adjust your pressure first to make sure you guys only have to press it one time. So put your blank in there before you turn on your heat and adjust that pressure. So let's go ahead and clean this up. We want to remove any sort of fingerprints and lint and debris. That is a very important step whenever you guys are sublimating. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. If not, what's going to happen is it's going to block that ink. So let's go ahead and get ready. I'm just trying to get off any extra little pieces. This one definitely seems to want to cling and hold on. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and add some tape. So I'm just getting it right where I want it to be, nice and centered. You guys can see I have a nice bleed line. All right, so we are going to take 2 pieces of tape here, and we are just going to tape 1 on each side. Now with this license plate, you can press on, putting it in your press and pressing this way, or you can definitely press it this way. I'm going to press it this way. I highly recommend you do press it this way, but if you accidentally press it this way, you're still going to be okay, because this is a super thin metal. This is one of those substrates like cell phone cases, a lot of little magnets and things like that. You can press them like this because it's a super thin metal. All right, so let's go ahead and take it over to the press and get ready to press. First things first, we want to place a piece of blowout paper, parchment paper down on the bottom, flatten. And then I'm going to place this like this. Now I have to pay attention because of my press. I am pushing the limits with this thing. So how big our platen is, this is barely going to fit. I may end up with a white line on each side of this, and that's okay. I'm fine with it. But I definitely just need to lay it on here, and then I need to fill the edge to make sure. So I'm just got my paper here filling that edge. I'm going to go ahead and apply my next piece of parchment paper, and we're ready to press. All right, once again, I have already adjusted my pressure, so we are good to go. All right, as we are nearing the end, I've got my heat gloves on because this is going to be super hot. Hold my paper down just to make sure it doesn't lift up on the press. I'm going to remove this out of our way, and then we are ready for the reveal. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this back like so. You guys see how gorgeous this is. Absolutely pretty. So let's go ahead and take it over to the craft table and check it out. I've laid this directly on my granite countertop. I'm going to flip it over. So this is going to help cool it down even faster. You definitely can't do this on any countertop. You definitely want to make sure that it is granite. So I think that's about cool so I can touch it. Because keep in mind, this is 400 degrees. I'm going to bring this up so you guys can check it out. Look at these colors. Is this not absolutely gorgeous? So this is going to go on my daughter's Jeep, and I thought it would pair with it perfect. So this is a really fun watercolor design that you may not have thought of using on something like this. Once again, several of them to choose from in this one bundle for 1+ credit. You guys definitely can't beat it. You guys can see that my Y got cut off. I designed it like that. I think it came out super great. This font is gorgeous. Once again, I'll have it linked down below for you guys. So these are perfect. If you guys have ever went on vacation to the beach or anything like that, you guys have seen where they make these custom and stuff like that. This is perfect. You guys could set up shop with your little printers and things like that. Have a few designs to choose from. All you're doing is changing out that name all day long. This is perfect. You could have an Etsy site or a boutique perfectly just based around these license plates, and the turnaround on them is huge. Say these are like $1.50, $2, and then you're selling them between $10 and $20 or more. It is huge turnaround and profit. You guys have pennies in ink. So definitely recommend, if you guys are starting out a small business, go for the license plates, cell phone cases, things like that. I definitely cannot teach you guys that enough. This is a great profit, especially when you're wanting to get your foot in the door. You don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. This is a blank you could have on hand, and it's not going to, you know, go out of, say for example, with iPhone cases, it's going to change the different size each year. These license plates will always stay the same, so you can always have these on hand and don't worry about any over extra. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.